All right, welcome to Dolphins Today, and as we get closer and closer to the Dolphins' Week 3 matchup against the Seattle Seahawks, I have 5 players that need to step up to help the Dolphins while Tua is out. So this is for the game on Sunday against Seattle, but also for the 4 games that he will miss against the Titans, Seahawks, Patriots, and Colts after he was placed on injured reserve. But make sure you are following me over on Twitter because I'm tweeting about the Dolphins every day. And guess what? I'll follow you back if you follow me off of today's video. We're talking about news, rumors. You'll be the first to get all of the updates on Miami in terms of my Twitter. And then we'll come over and make a video. So give me a follow at Nic_Rohloff. The first person/people that need to step up is the offensive line. And listen, this could have been said with Tua, without Tua, but the offensive line needs to step up. And I chose Robert Jones as the face of that profile picture for an absolute reason. One, it's because he's been the worst offensive lineman on the team without a question. He got absolutely bullied against the Buffalo Bills and Ed Oliver on Thursday Night Football. He was atrocious. And he might actually be out for Week 3. That is unclear. Robert Jones was benched/injured in that game, and you saw Lester Cotton come in for the remainder of that football game. And Teron Armstead, who was banged up with an injury as well. He is day-to-day right now, and we'll see if he's going to be able to go on Sunday against the Seahawks. But you're going to need these guys to step up because you're going to have to rely on the run game much more now without Tua. Because Tua, at times, you can trust him to really just drop back and pick apart the defense, fire off. He didn't do it in the first 2 games of the season, but last year he did that quite a bit. And if you want to be able to stay afloat, beat the Patriots, beat the Titans, Colts, and Seahawks, with 3 of those teams have above-average defenses in Tennessee, Seattle, and New England, Indianapolis not so much, you're going to have to become more multidimensional on the offensive end, and it all starts with the offensive line being better in pass blocking, but also being a good run-blocking team as well. Let Devon Achane, let Raheem Mostert cook, and let them pace your offense. You're only going to need to score 20, 24 points a game. Not asking you to go drop 30, but can you get 3 touchdowns, at least in points? So can you get that 20 mark? Because if you can, I'm going to trust the defense to hold some of these opponents you got in the next 4 weeks to under 20 points. Number 2, Tyreek Hill. Listen, Tyreek, I think you're the best wide receiver in football. You were voted by the NFL Top 100, which is the entire NFL player database, as the best player in football. If you are going to be voted the number 1 player in football over the likes of Patrick Mahomes, over the likes of Josh Allen, of quarterbacks, then guess what? You're going to have to prove that. You are going to have to be the engine to this offense. And even though I said that I think they need to run the ball more and rely on Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane more, if you don't get the best 4 weeks of football of Tyreek Hill in a Dolphins uniform, you are not going to win a lot of football games. And going up against some tough secondaries. Got to go up against Devon Witherspoon and Tyreek Woolen this Sunday. In Week 4, you got to go against L'Jarius Sneed and the Tennessee Titans. You got to go up against Jonathan Jones and Chris Gonzalez in Week 5 against the Patriots. Week 7, when you play the Colts, well, that one, you don't probably need him to go that off because that secondary isn't that good. But either way, you're going to need the wide receivers, not just Tyreek Hill, but also Jalen Waddle, to really take control. Yes, I believe this Dolphins offense will need to go to a more run-first scheme, but you also need Tyreek Hill to have a couple of these plays that just break the defense. And if the Dolphins can't really get Hill and Waddle going and the run game doesn't go anywhere, well, this Dolphins offense is really, really going to struggle. So Tyreek Hill, you were voted the number 1 player in the NFL this offseason by the NFL Top 100. You are going to need to be that and that guy that people see you as over the next 4 games for Miami, or they're not going to have a chance. Let me know who you think the player is, or you can say group 2. You can see the offensive line like me. Who needs to step up the most in the next 4 games without Tua Tagovailoa? Let me know down below. I'm going to go to Jaelan Phillips, and although obviously Tua being out doesn't affect Jaelan Phillips personally, he does need to show up, and it's just an overarching theme of this defense. Like, through 2 games, Phillips had the 1 big sack at the 4th quarter against Jacksonville. That's really it, though. I mean, yes, I know he's still returning from that torn Achilles, and he's been in 2 games, and is just happy that he's on the football field. but he hasn't been that effective through 8 quarters of the NFL season, other than that one sack. Him in this Dolphins pass rush is going to need to dominate. You are going to need to win these games over the next 4 games by your defense. If you get to 17 points in every game without Tua, I am going to call that a win. The defense simply has to dominate. And it starts with Jaelan Phillips leading this Dolphins pass rush. You are one of the best edge rushers in the NFL when healthy. We've seen the burst. We've seen the power. Now, can you really wreck some games? Because all it takes is a couple plays to wreck a game. You know who does that quite a bit? Chris Jones and over in Kansas City. No, it's different positions and different alignments. But if you are able to really get after the pass rusher and disrupt the opposing offenses and get them off the football field and wreck their drives, well, it's only going to set you up for success on the offensive end as well. 2 more people that need to step up coming up here in just a second. But we are sponsored by Game Time, the #1 way to get your tickets because they have the lowest price guaranteed and so many great features that allow you to have the easiest experience getting your tickets. And when I went to LSU USC in week 1 of the college football season in Las Vegas, I made sure to use Game Time to get my tickets. And, well, I get my tickets on Game Time every single time. And their new feature called Game Time Picks, I'm a big fan of those. Makes getting your tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. There's also some other really cool features that allow you to get the best possible seat, all-in pricing. Make sure you know the price of your ticket when you're looking in the app, not getting blindsided at checkout. And they have the lowest price guaranteed. Seriously, if you find a different service on the ticketing world and their price in the same exact seat, same exact section, same exact row is cheaper, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. They are in the business of getting you the best seats, the lowest price guaranteed, even last-minute tickets as well. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. What time is it? It's game time. Appreciate them for sponsoring today's video. Achane is another player that will absolutely need to step up for the Miami Dolphins. And it kind of goes hand in hand with the offensive line in our first group that need to step up. But I think you will need to lean on Achane over the next 4 weeks. And I think it's very important that he stays healthy. And it was good to see earlier this week, before this week 3 game, that he said coming out of the Thursday night football game, he is pretty much fully healthy, didn't feel any soreness after that game, and is ready to go for this upcoming game against Seattle and beyond, because he has been your best player on offense through 2 weeks. There is simply no debating that whatsoever. We've talked about it quite a bit, but having 100 total purpose yards in each of the first 2 games, with 150 in week 2 against Buffalo, also having a score in each game. First one was a run, second one was a pass, having 7 receptions in both games. This is a player that will need to be the best player on the field. Now, you're hoping that Tyreek Hill will be able to create some big play opportunities for Miami as well, but Jalen Waddle, Achane, Tyreek Hill, those 3, big 3. Go to LeBron, Bosh, D-Wade days over in the basketball world of the Miami Heat. These 3 really need to run this offense and really control this team. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we are live for every Miami Dolphins football game, including the one coming up this Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. It's a weird time, 4:05 Eastern time, not what we're accustomed to over in the 3:05. We will be live an hour before kickoff at 3 p.m., so make sure you subscribe and make sure you join us because I don't care who's playing quarterback. We will always be live for the Dolphins, rooting on our Fins. All right, the last person needs to step up. Gotta be your head coach, man. Mike McDaniel needs to be good. He needs to be great. And he's really going to have to hop in his Duffy. Louis Vuitton, Chanel, doesn't matter. He's going to have to cook for this Dolphins offense. Without Tua, teams are going to be able to throw more exotic looks at Skylar Thompson and Tyler Huntley potentially, and they will not be able to comprehend, process, and know where they have to go with the football, which is where Mike McDaniel has to step up. He needs to design plays that make it easier on Thompson, on Tyler Huntley. I think he's one of the best, if not the best, offensive minds in football. Well, he needs to combine that with elite play calling for this Dolphins offense to succeed on a daily basis and weekly basis with Tua out. Mike McDaniel, I'm calling on you to hop in that bag, script up plays to get Achane, Hill, Waddle, easy, open looks, and let them do the grunt work after Skylar Thompson or Tyler Huntley gives them the ball. McDaniel, come on, kid. I believe in you. And who you got in this game on Sunday? MIA for the Dolphins, SEA for the Seahawks. Get your official votes in on who you think is going to win this Week 3 matchup between the 1-1 Dolphins and 2-0 Seahawks. Like I said off the top, make sure you are following me over on Twitter at Nic_Rohloff because I'm tweeting about the Dolphins every day. Highlights, news, rumors. You want to ask me a question? My Twitter is a good place to do that as well. I'm always open to DMs and answering them and answering the replies. So go follow me over there on Twitter. I promise you, you won't regret it. I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Go Fins.